Hey, let's have a look. This is the story that wasn't earmarked in the show notes, but I actually think it's one of the more interesting stories today. We have a minister for
Duty lobby's in.
Minister for Firearms, if that is indeed the correct thing, who was the spearhead of a review. Let's do a review. Let's check this and let's check this and let's look at this and let's set the parameters for that review. The review's come in and she's gone, well, I don't like that. Let's do another review.
No, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
New Zealand needs more DACA.
Yeah, well, let's have a look.
The ex-party minister in charge of firearms doesn't trust the Firearms Registry and wants a review, despite one already just being completed. Nicole McKee has invoked the agree to disagree clause.
You couldn't write this, man.
Put its foot down, saying no more reviews are needed. Senior political reporter Benedict Collins reports.
The Firearms Registry is designed to keep track of guns, to stop them falling into the wrong hands. But the minister in charge isn't happy with the findings of a review that found the relatively new registry is protecting public safety and should continue.
I would like...
How dare that review say it's working? How dare it say that it's protecting the public? That's not the answer I wanted from the review that I set the criteria for. How dare it say that, Chewie?
Protecting public safety and should continue.
I would like to have seen a very thorough cost-benefit analysis, also projecting into the future, looking at the public safety of firearm owners. There were a few things in there that I was a little concerned was missing.
The ACT Party minister asked Cabinet for another more in-depth review next year.
The National Party, they said no.
No, they said no, and then, therefore we invoked the agree to disagree clause.
Yeah, were you disappointed with them though, saying no to you?
Do you know how soft cock that is in this instance, the agree to disagree? The agree to disagree clause is supposed to be in place when you won't vote for something, not for when they won't give you something. Oh, you won't let me do it? Well, then we'll agree to disagree. It's more like it'd be like Winston putting through his penis police laws and having ACT go, oh, we agree to disagree. And so you don't do it. But she's putting it out there like, because she's throwing her toys, going, oh, well, we're going to make sure the public knows we are agreeing to disagree. What are you disagreeing on? You're disagreeing on not doing something else that's already been done that you're not happy with. Huh? It's pretty hilarious. It's quite adorable, actually. That is actually the best word. It's like someone stamping their feet going, it's not fair. I don't have to clean up my room. You do.
Yeah, were you disappointed with them though, saying no to you?
I'm not surprised, and this is part of the democratic process.
The Prime Minister says the registry is working well.
We want to make sure we're doing everything we can to enhance public safety. You know, our Cabinet's view is that the Firearms Registry has been a positive move.
Some relieved Nicole McKee's move was blocked.
It seems from this process that she went into the review with her mind already made up. Keep in mind that she set the terms of reference for this review, and now she's unhappy that the evidence doesn't support her case.
It's about time that the Prime Minister took control of the situation.
The review reported evidence that the registry is stopping sales of guns.
Oh no, Chewie! It's doing the thing it was supposed to do. How dare it?
But what
if I want to have a more free and easy way of moving guns around? This is not helping that.
Evidence that the registry is stopping sales of guns from so-called straw buyers to people without a licence.
When we look at the impact of strawman sales getting through to illegal guns getting through to criminals, that's a good example of it working well. There's just a difference of opinion here.
But Minister McKee says the evidence was slim.
So to me, one text message is not sufficient enough.
Have you registered your firearms with the Firearms Registry?
No.
Why is that?
I am wanting to ensure that the registry is at a place where I feel more trust and confidence with it.
Which means I will never do it because I will never publicly say that I trust it. Question is, Chewie, and I saw your face, is this in breach of any law? I don't know the gun she's got. I don't know anything about the gun registry. For her not to do it, is she breaching anything? That's what I would like to know.
I don't think so. I think it's for new. I think it's for new sales, but people can voluntarily add their guns to the registry as well.
But what she's trying to say is, I just don't think the people of New Zealand can trust it, so I'm not going to do it. What she really means is, I'm not going to put my guns on that woke thing. You're not going to know how many guns I've got. What if I want to sell it to a straw man?
I feel more trust and confidence with it. At this stage, I do not have to register my firearms.
The gun-owning minister not quite trusting the Firearms Registry she's in charge of. Benedict Collins, One News.
Yes, indeed.
This is a classic tactic. We've seen all of these tactics on display here. She was not happy with the results that she got. She wanted more time where sales can continue. She is injecting distrust into the process. Now, that has been a common through line for gun owners, right? Is they're like, if we're handing over details of what I own and where I live, is that list safe? And again, getting back to who administers that list, the police do. And they haven't been rock solid on this before. So I can kind of get I don't know if this is very trustworthy. As a government minister, I don't think it's her role to say what she just said.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is the minister in charge of guns saying, I don't trust this system.
It would be like...
She can say that as a lobbyist.
Yeah, but you know what it would be like? It would be like the minister, it would be like David Clark when he was the Minister for Health around COVID, coming out and going, yeah, I'm not going to get that vaccine. I don't know if I can trust it. It would be like that. And she's just got away with it because Luxon has no control over the MPs who aren't in his party, and even some of that are in his party.
We saw Nicole McKee, the firearms lobbyist, rather than the firearms minister, and that was always the problem with her appointment to this role, is she is conflicted. She is still a lobbyist at heart. And I think, like anybody can see, that a secure firearms registry will help with this sort of stuff. It'll keep the retailer honest. It'll keep the buyer honest. And if it all goes wrong and people's guns get stolen, then you can track that as well. It makes it harder for people that want firearms for really shady reasons. And that's something that everyone should agree is good. And I think it speaks to the people that she's representing.
I think that's the point, though, isn't it? It's like this American idea of more guns make a place safer. Then you say, oh, good, so we should have as many guns coming to all the Trump rallies as possible. Oh, no. But hang on. Yeah. If more guns make a place safer, you would want every single person in the audience watching a Trump rally to have a gun, wouldn't you? Nope. Oh, why is that? And actually, before we go any further, perfect time to bring our lovely friend from tonight back, because in the interview with Jack Tame, he was asked this question. Not quite does more guns make it safer, but he was asked about the gun registrar. So let's have this. Remember, he's the police commissioner under this government, of whom the Minister for Firearms is Nicole McKee.
So if access was increased, even if it's tightly regulated, and there are all sorts of checks and balances that come from police, do you think it would make the New Zealand public less safe if there is increased access to semi-automatic weapons with high-capacity magazines?
Yeah, look, if I think about firearms in the policing environment, you know, we see weaponry used by criminals to commit crime. We see burglaries occurring for firearms. It is a hard reality to control, but I believe that what we are working with right now gives us the chance to make it safer. If changes are made, and that's not for me.
It is kind of the definition of a word salad, isn't it? We just should skip
to the end. Is he fucking lost?
Press into him. Come on, we're waiting for an answer here, son.
To make the changes, but if changes are made that strengthen safety across the country, then that's surely good for us all. Our job is to work with the mechanisms that are provided to us, both legislatively and resourcing, put it this way, as I say, Jack, I struggle to understand what good semi-automatic weapons Why? What in our country? I'm not sure there's a need.
It feels like he's so nervous to say this out loud. Do you know what I mean? It's like he's taken a minute to get to basically, I don't know, do we really need semi-auto? That's what he said. I'll let this play for another 15 seconds, bro, because he's actually going to commit to it not being so good if there's more access to guns, more easy access.
For them, is there? So, but that's only my view.
Even that. Oh, hey, whoa, just my view. Nicole McKee, if you're watching, just my view, just personal view, doesn't necessarily hold the view that the workplace holds. Whoa, just my view. Don't take it too seriously.
Well, there's a need for them, is there? So, but that's only my view. And
is your view that it would make New Zealand less safe?
Gap.
That common sense would suggest yes, correct.
I mean, pulling teeth.
He needed a packed lunch and a rescue helicopter to find him about halfway through that answer. Jesus. I kind of actually disagree with him on one point there. I don't see the need for semi-automatic weapons in New Zealand. There is a weapon is a gun is a tool. There are things that you need a semi-automatic in New Zealand for. I think they should be incredibly highly restricted. Pest control mainly. Like that's the current exemption on semi-automatic firearms and high-capacity magazines at the moment. The ones that got banned after the Christchurch shooting, there was an exemption for pest controllers. So a friend of mine explained it. If you were going after feral goats, not like recreational hunting, just like there's a hillside covered with goats and we don't want them to be covered with goats anymore. You come up to a herd and you just start pop as many as possible before they run. So there's always an exemption to the rule, but heavily restricted. Like you jump through so many hoops. We want them stored in a particular way. We want all the parts stored separately, all of that sort of thing. You should have to apply for permission to do all this. It should be difficult to get these things, and the police should know that you have them.